Here's another Facebook Live event from PHLV Radio.
Just like a friend from back home.
This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.
PHLV Radio.
Saturday night, and it's 10:05 p.m. in the Pacific or in California, where I'm currently at. It's my home base, and good evening to everybody. So, and if you are watching from the Philippines, it is Sunday at 2 p.m. In the Philippines, and I know there's so much drama right now. So if you're watching from different parts of the world, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Before anything else, we are simultaneously being live on PHLB Radio Facebook page, as well as simultaneous broadcasting live on PHLB YouTube channel. So if you are not a subscriber yet, what are you waiting for? So you won't miss any of our shows. So the best way is to like, share, and subscribe. Also, if you are using Alexa, all you have to do is say, Alexa, play PHLB Radio. And if you are with Amazon Fire TV, just look for PHLB Radio channel. And those people who are running late or would not be able to join us tonight, or today, that's okay. You could always be part of the Team Replay, which I know, like our letter sender today is part of Team Replay. So you could always go back to our PHLB Radio Facebook page and YouTube channel, and there's already a playlist on that. Before anything else, congratulations to the newly crowned Miss Universe, other than Miss Arbony.
Hello
Gabriel,
po sa mga
or
taga-Texas.
Miss
Nako, ang ating
USA,
fiesta
and she
na
is from
parati nating
Texas. She
inaabangan.
was just recently crowned sa New Orleans, Louisiana. So congratulations to you, Miss USA. A lot of you are asking us kung ano ba. Some people are asking kung Filipina ba siya, Filipina-Italian. No, I have a background that was sent to me, a pageantry, and I'll read it to you. The newly crowned Miss USA 2022, and now the Miss Universe, is Arbony Gabriel, was born in San Antonio, Texas, to a Filipino father and an American mother. Her father is Bon Gabriel, who immigrated from Manila at the age of 19 to Washington and went to earn a doctorate degree in psychology at the University of Houston. Her mother is Dana Gabriel, grew up in Beaumont, Texas. So, yan, klaro lang po natin. So, she is a Filipino-American. Kasi merong mga news reel na lumalabas sa Filipino-Italian. Medyo confused po yata yung iba nating mga kababayan. The Filipino-Italian po is yung candidate ng Miss Philippines. Yung po si Cortesi, si Celeste Cortesi. Siya po yung Filipino-Italian. Pero si Miss Universe, Arbony Gabriel, is Filipino-American. Arbony followed in her dad's footstep and also graduated from college. Ito pang sabi, and let's see. Oops, documents. Nawala yung documents ko. So anyway, she took up fashion design, and she graduated from college, attending University of North Texas. She graduated She graduated, okay. She graduated with a bachelor's degree in fashion design with a minor in fibers and works as a designer creating eco-friendly clothing as a model. So si Arbony po yung very controversial na Miss USA. Doon sa mga mahihilig sa mga beauty pageant, there was a big controversy na medyo nagkaroon ng very parang scandal and na sinasabi na medyo parang cooking show daw yung Miss USA. But her winning Miss Universe, si Arbony, proved and disproved everybody na talaga she's deserving the Miss USA crown. And of course, now she won as Miss Universe 2022. A lot of you are asking, 2022, hindi ba 2023? No. Kasi po, because of the pandemic, medyo may mga adjustment po sa Miss Universe crown. So, yung title po niya is 2022 Miss Universe. Now, it was also announced that for next year, yung mga nagbabalak umattend ng Miss Universe 2023, it's gonna be in El Salvador. Okay, so it was announced po earlier. As we know, they have a new owner from Indonesia, si Anpo, ang bago. Now, alam ko marami po, kanina I was inundated with so many texts kasi I kind of shared the live through Roku channel yung competition. So, a lot of people were disappointed. Yun po ang sinasabi natin. Minsan, masyado po tang ha-hype kasi. So, masyado yung expectation. And I think, at the end of the day, it's a competition. It's call of the 8 judges. And it so happened one of our very own, Olivia Kido, who's it's an entrepreneur, is a beauty guru here in Los Angeles. She's one of the judges among with some other celebrities. So yung 8 judges po ang nag-judge. So based on the swimsuit, based on the gown, tapos yung question and answer po na parang 3 beses. And yun po. Sadly, again, yung nagtatanong kung nag-place ba o pumasok ba si Miss Philippines, si Celeste Cortesi, no, hindi po siya. Naligwak siya. I will use that term. Naligwak siya, hindi siya na-consider sa top 16. What it means, if you are following the pageantry world, it means na yung strict po na 12 years na laging pumapasok ang Philippines, either winner or runner-up or top 10 or top 16 or top 5, it is already done na kumbaga natuldo ka na this year kasi hindi po pumasok yung ating candidate or the Miss Philippines. O yan. Ang atin kasi talaga ang dami. Talagang yung Facebook po ngayon ay inundated at umuulan talaga ng mga bagay-bagay tungkol sa nangyari sa Miss Philippines at sa Miss Universe. Pero luckily, represented naman po rin ang ating bansa dahil nga po kay Arbony Gabriel, who just won Miss Universe, and she represented Miss Texas, then won Miss USA, and then went to win Miss Universe 2022. So before we start, si Alexander Francisco, si Alexander ang ating unang-unang nanonood. So happy viewing to you, Alexander. So ang ating letter sender po ngayon ay itatago natin sa pangalang Janet or Janet. Okay? She is 35 years old. She is married pero wala pa pong anak. Maganda po yung sulat niya. It's very timely also. At maraming salamat pala po for those people who watched last week's show, yung bagong taon, bagong ako. And that was really a very inspiring and motivational show na shinare naman po sa atin na ating letter sender. Yung things that would be enticing and would be nice to practice if we can for this new year. Yun. That being said, ang title ng episode natin, ng show natin today is Ngumiti, Tumawa at Magsaya. Again, ngumiti, tumawa at magsaya. Di ba? Parang kanta lang po ng Metro Manila Pop Festival back in the 80s. So ito po yung letter niya. Let me read it for you. At yung mga like yung mga nakikinig po, it would be really, really nice if you could mag-comment po kayo later sa chat room para po ma-share natin sa ating letter sender yung kanyang dinulog sa atin today. Okay, eto po. Let me find that letter. Okay. Eto na. Let's start. Okay. Ang ngumiti, tumawa, magsaya. Okay? Dear Kuya Josh, firstly, thank you for having this kind of show. Maraming salamat din. I look forward weekly to watch your show. Just like most of us, I'm part of Team Replay. Ayan na nga. So, I understand. So ulit, yung mga, huwag po kayong mag-alala if you're not watching us live, that's okay because of the schedule. I know it's Sunday in Manila or in other parts of the world, and here naman po medyo late na it's 10 o'clock or past 10. I find your show inspirational because of the different stories shared and the opinion of the viewers and the listener. Naku, maraming salamat naman po. Nakakatuwa kasi maraming beses na nakaka-relate ako sa mga stories dito sa show ninyo. Thank you po. I like to share that the show you did last Sunday, na kasi pa nasa Philippines itong ating letter sender, bagong taon, bagong ako, touch me talaga. Super ganda ng show at ang mga lessons na na-share. Salamat naman po. Because of last week's show, I decided to finally share. Sana, kapulutan din ng aral o lessons ang aking story. Pakitago na lang po ako, Kuya Diyos, sa pangalang Janet, 35 years old, may asawa pero wala pang anak. Isa akong nurse at OFW naman po ang asawa ko sa Australia. Okay. Kuya Josh, gusto kong i-share sa mga viewers and listeners ng show ninyo na we all have problems in life. Lahat tayo may problema. Some big, some small. What I learned though, regardless how grave o bigat it might be, smile lang. Tawanan mo lang. At idasal mo lang na regardless kung gaano kabigat ang problema mo. Like sa laging sinasabi mo, Kuya Josh, prayers do move mountains. Siguro, ang pinakamabigat na nangyari sa aking buhay, mag-asawa, yung noong nagkaroon ng babae, ang asawa ko sa Australia. Kuya Josh, halos ikamatay ko ang sakit. Sakit na parang dinudurog ang puso ko. Sakit na hindi ako makahinga. Sobrang sakit, ngunit nagawa kong patawarin ang asawa ko nang humingi siya ng tawad. Humingi siya ng tawad sa kanyang pagkakamali. Tao lang ako. Kung ang Diyos nga nakapagpatawad, ako pa kaya? Masakit at sobrang hirap, ngunit I always put to heart, di ba? Sabi ng Bible, we must forgive 77 times under Mateo 18:21 to 22. Kaya kahit sobrang hirap at kahit sobrang sakit, pinatawad ko siya at binigyan ko ng another chance. Ngiti lang ako sa mga tao at marites na walang sawang ikwento at pagtsismisan ang buhay naming mga buhay naming mag-asawa. I learned that people would like to talk about people's lives but not theirs. So the best way to counter that is ngiti at tumawa na parang unbothered ka. So sila ang magtataka na bakit parang di ka bothered, instead na magproblema ka, sila ang magproblema sa iyo. Maraming beses na kasi ang mga tao gusto nilang malungkot ka na parang gusto nilang maging miserable ka. Naniniwala ako na ang mga mahilig mag-judge at mag-chismis sa iba ay miserable sa kanilang buhay. Kaya they like to talk about other people's lives. Sabi nga, these bad things they gossip about you is only a reflection of themselves. Sa experience ko, Kuya Josh, it looks people wants to see people sad. So I would not allow that. I will not give them the chance. So, ngumiti, tumawa at magsaya ang strategy ko on that. Of course, I pray a lot for enlightenment and guidance. Kuya Josh, sabi mo nga, di ba? Make your faith bigger than your fear. At pray more, worry less. Nako, nakakatuwa naman at marami kang Janet na napupulot sa ating mga sinishare dito sa program natin. Alam mo bang lagi ko yung nire-recite every time? Yung make your faith bigger than your fear at pray more, worry less. Alam mo bang lagi ko yung nire-recite every time? Totoo naman kasi, maniwala ka lang sa Kanya and everything will be okay. Lagi mo ring binabanggit si Padre Pio who said, pray, hope, at do not worry. Worrying is useless. God is merciful and will hear your prayers. Totoo yan. Si Papa P o si Padre Pio. Kita mo, dami ko talagang napupulot na tututunan sa show mo. At alam ko, hindi lang ako ang natututo sa mga stories na nasi-share sa show na ito. Ay nako, nakakatawa naman ng puso. Kuya Josh, I was raised Catholic dahil Catholic ang parents ko. Katulad ng maraming Pilipino, Katoliko tayo. However, for past few years, I have not been practicing Catholic. But I like to share in a few weeks now, I started to pray the rosary daily. Share ko lang ha, for some wonderful reason, I feel good and refreshed every time I pray the rosary. Growing up naman, I was always prim and proper. Kaya lang, as I grew older, I decided not to go to church anymore. Siguro dahil sa mga scandal sa church. This aspect, I'm still working on it. One thing that I've been doing lately, I do attend the online Mass every Sunday. Salamat nga pala sa PHLV Radio kasi may online Sunday Mass na show din sila or dito sa PHLV Radio. Medyo different pero for me, baby steps ko yun. Hirap kasi ako sa mga sermon most of the time kasi hindi ko ma-feel ang sermon. Especially kung hindi live application ang approach ng pare. I know most of your viewers and listeners would agree with me or would know what I mean. Sana yung sermon would be practical enough na may live application ang dating, di ba? Kaya Kuya Josh, kahit I'm faced with so much problems, panay pa rin ang ngiti ko. Panay pa rin ang tawa ko at masaya ako dahil alam ko God will solve them for me. Na alam ko, hindi niya ako pababayaan. I just need to believe at trust Him completely. So heto ang message ko, ngitian lang ang problema at tawanan ito. Huwag masyadong mag-overthink, bad for mental health yan. Just believe and manifest na lahat ng problems ay may solusyon. Ang humahanga at sumusubaybay sa iyong programa, Janet. Nako, Janet, nakakataba naman yung mga words mo. Maraming salamat. It is so humbling na talagang marami kang napupulot na mga napapag-usapan, mga napapag-diskusyonan. We discussed at yung mga nuggets of wisdom na kahit papaano tumatatak sa'yo. Totoo naman, yung sabi ko lagi kong sinasabi, na make your faith, yung paniniwala, sampalataya, to whoever you adore and worship, bigger than your fear, mas malaki sa yung takot. Kasi 'di ba, in life naman totoo 'yan eh. We have said and we have discussed so many times in our show, the pandemic really hit everyone globally really, really hard. Not only our health, ang daming nasawi na mga kaibigan, kamag-anak, kakilala, katrabaho, kapamilya, kapuso, kapatid, maraming sa paligid natin. The pandemic hit us heavily sa health, sa wealth. Ang daming nawalan ng trabaho, ang daming nagkaroon ng financial problem, at relasyon dahil because of what happened, dahil sa mga connected mga problems, talagang naapekto. At we're always having this fear of the uncertainty or the unknown. Kasi like what we have discussed in past shows, the pandemic was not in our horizon. Nobody predicted it. Nobody knew that's gonna happen. It just did. And ito, nararamdaman pa natin ang last leg of it. At sabi nga, baka may mga surge pa. So, like what I said in the previous shows, make sure that you get vaccinated, and you could have that, if you could have the booster as well, or whatever is out there, go get it, because it's your protection, not only for yourself, but also for your family. At also, nakakatawa rin na sinabi mo na pray more, worry less. Napakatotoo yan, kasi as we progressed, as we moved on, as we go through what we called life, ang dami talagang hurdles, ang daming problems, big or small, ang daming balakid. And at the end of the day, talagang isa lang talaga ang pwede mong pangawakan. And that's the supreme being that we adore, we worship, regardless of your religion, regardless of your affiliation. Kasi nga, I always believe na, and I share that with you in past shows, I believe na it is important na may pinangahawakan ka, that there's a supreme being that you adhere to. Hindi po tayo dapat mag-judge na one religion or one association or assembly is better than the other. Yun po ang paniniwala ko. Disclaimer nga pala, any opinion, comments, or advice that is being said in this show is not a reflection on the owners or management of PHLV Radio. Okay? Para malinaw po. Now, so yung sinasabi ko, it is always important na meron tayong pinangahawakan, meron tayong intercessors, kumbaga. So, kanya-kanyang paniniwala yon. Tapos, one person asked me last week, what is religion to me? Ano ba yung religion? Ang sabi ko, ito yung aking paniniwala, religion is your personal relationship with God. Okay? Naniniwala ako na yung relasyon mo, yung personal relationship mo sa tao, supreme being na ina-adore mo, wino-worship mo, ginagalang mo, at minamahal. Okay? That's my own interpretation. Tapos, nakakatuwa rin na yung sinabi mo, yung binanggit mo ang aking one of my favorite intercessors, at yun ay walang iba, si Papa P. Noong una ko kasi binanggit si Papa P on the show, kala nila si Papa Piolo Pascual. Of course not, si Papa Padre Pio po yon. And I think if you have seen some of my past shows, sa Alam Mo Ba, yung show ko po, na other show, we have features yung trip ko sa yung lugar, shrine ni Padre Pio sa Italy. And I've done it twice na po. And I advised, when everything is settled, when everything is back to normal, kung pwede po yung ma-visit din, it would be surreal talaga. I am lost of a word to share with you how different yung feeling po talaga when yung kasi po when I saw that, and I mentioned that already in past shows, incorruptible, yung, di ba, normally as us, as people, we are afraid of dead people, or lalo na pag hindi natin kamag-anak, we're too afraid to touch or to even be in the same room. But yung kay Padre Pio, hindi po ganun yung naramdaman mo kasi he's incorruptible. Yung kanyang katawan, the way, para pong natutulog lang. And again, you could watch that yung episode po namin, at you could go to our PHLV Radio YouTube channel and you could check that show. We had 2 or 3 of those shows, parang part 1, part 2 po, and it gives you some tips also if you're planning to visit Padre Pio. Tapos yun ang nakakatuwa talaga. So I'm really touched. Tapos maraming salamat din. I think the owner of PHLV Radio would be so appreciative na nanonood ka pala sa online. Yes, meron pong online Sunday service or Sunday Mass dito sa PHLV Radio. And it is a good thing that kung hindi po, for some reason, na hindi kayo maka-attend physically sa church, so meron ako, because of, thank God for technology, there is now a way of watching or attending the Sunday service. At nakakatuwa na nabanggit mo yon, PHLV is offering Sunday po. So that's why mas maganda po siguro talaga mag-subscribe kayo sa PHLV Radio Facebook, kasi para ma-alert kayo every time, tsaka sa YouTube para ma-alert kayo every time po may show kami. At lalo na po dun sa mga nakakamiss ng Sunday Mass because of schedule maybe, or because something going on with your life. So it's important po na kahit papano we spend some time. Sabi nga, you don't have to be religious, but sabi nga, if you could watch movie 2 to 3 hours, parang it's a way of spending time with someone you care about, someone you love about, someone you appreciate about. Okay, now, that said, sabi nga nung ating letter sender na tinago natin si Janet, na pangalan Janet, nakakatawa talaga rin na ang galing ng strategy mo. I think I need to use that sa aking buhay. Na kasi minsan talaga, di ba, as we age, as we mature, there's the tendency is we take everything too seriously. At sometimes, especially nowadays, mental health is prevalent in our midst. Parang talagang pag masyado tayo mag-isip, at it come to a point where in my case, diba, if I am inundated with problems, whether big or small, regardless what kahit pag-isipan ko yan, magdamag, hindi naman siya nasusolve. And what I learned in couple of past few months is I just pray about it. I offered it back to God, or to the Lord and the supreme being that I adored. And then I asked for guidance, and I asked for discernment, and I asked for enlightenment para ituro niya sa akin, i-lead niya ako sa next step. But of course, it doesn't mean na pag kunyari may problem ka, magdasal ka lang, it will get solved. No, you only have to do your thing pa rin. Sabi nga yung adage ng sinasabi ng mga Pilipino, nasa Diyos ang awa, nasa tao ang gawa. So meaning, you have to work pa rin. Meaning, you have to do some steps to resolve that problem. And if you are on the right course, you better believe, and it is pretty guaranteed, it will be solved in time. And hindi ka naman talaga pababayaan eh. I always believe that there's always the Supreme God, Supreme Being who's always there and who will always be perpetually there. Kumbaga, minsan lang talaga matigas ang ulo natin as a human being, di ba? Kasi ang kulit din natin eh. Minsan, alam na natin what we should not do, but what we do, we still continue doing it, parang walang humpay, di ba? So, yun, yung mga ganon. Tapos, maganda yung sinabi niya, at in our midst, uso-uso ng mga marites. Ano ba yung mga marites? Yung olden days, ang tawag natin sa kanila ay mga chismosa at chismoso. Now, bigyan na ng mga term, yung mga mari terms. Meaning, if you're a marites, meaning mare, anong latest, or you're a marisol. Ibig sabihin, marunong, mahilig magsulsol. Kaya nga marisol and marites. So, a lot of times, and this is no exception, even in my own experience, people would like to talk about other people's lives. Gusto talaga nila, they will make chismis about yung ibang tao. Pero nakakatawa minsan, parang napaka, 'di ba, ang dali nilang mag-chismis about other people, pero mas maraming pwedeng i-chismis about their lives. So ako, I always tell people na, kasi minsan tatawag yung kaibigan ko, at sabi ko, ano ba to? Dear Kuya Josh, session ba to? Sabi niya, kasi si ano, chinichismis ako, ganyan-ganyan. Lagi ko sinasabi, firstly, look at his or her life. Look how, kung ano yung journey na pinagdadaanan niya. I have a feeling na meron siyang pinagdadaanan journey. Do not let it bother you kasi alam mo naman yung totoo. Alam mo naman kung totoo o hindi yung sinasabi about you at chinichismis. So I always advise them na who knows that maybe that person, that Marites, Marisol, o Tolits is Tol, anong latest, yung mga chismoso, chismosas, what they have in their life is they're going through not only some problems of their own, or technically yung sinasabi nilang bad things about you is just really a reflection of their reality. Kumbaga, dahil nga sobrang dami nilang nangyayari sa buhay nila na hindi maganda, gusto nilang maghatak ng mga tao para, kumbaga, sama-sama na, labo-labo na, parang ganon. So ikaw, like what I do, when I hear things, and I do hear things about me, whether good or bad, pag meron sabi, Josh, I heard so many things about you. You know what I say to them? Para ang dating hindi ako nababothered. O whatever you hear, good or bad, totoo yun. O, diba? So, parang ang galing nung dating kasi parang I'm not about to correct anything. I'm not about to justify anything. Kasi at the end of the day, I know what is true. I know what I am practically sure of what I've done and what I am doing. So yung kung ano man yung nasasabi, and that's what I advise a good friend of mine. Kung alam mo yung totoo at alam mo yung sure ka sa sarili mo, you really do not have to be worried so much about it, 'di ba? Kasi nga at the end of the day, parang ano yan I always tell people ang chismis kasi parang feathers. Alam mo yung mga una natin na parang made of feathers. Pag yung feathers kasi, pag pinakawalan mo yan, kunyari tinapon mo, kunyari a bunch of feathers, lilipad yan, tatangayin niya ng hangin, parang chismis. I consider it like that, and maybe ito yung magandang pwede kong impart sa inyo. Think of chismis as a feather, yung balahibo. Pag yan nilipad, parang chismis, it goes to so many places, so many areas, hindi mo na mahahabol. Kasi nga at the end of the day, kumalat na yan kumakalat, parang chismis. Now, are you gonna waste your time to look for those chismis at everyone i-correct mo, i-justify mo at sasabihin mo, eto yung totoo. It really doesn't matter. Kasi nga, with technology now, with social media, ang bilis kumalat, kaya nga nauso ang fake news The fake news is a lot of times fake news. Minsan, katulad nga yung kinukwento ko sa inyo earlier, a lot of people are saying that yung si Miss USA, si Arbony Gabriel, is Filipino-Italian. Imagine mo na pick up na siya na Filipino-Italian. So kung hindi yan nako-correct at hindi talaga na isusulat, people would just assume na Filipino-Italian siya. Well, it's not as important, pero hindi naman siya Filipino-Italian. She's Filipino-American because yung nanay niya is American from Texas. Alam mo yun, yung maliit na yun, lalaki yan. Okay, tapos nagkakamali-mali na, ganyan. Di ba? Parang chismis. So again, what you do, when people talk about you badly or putting you in a bad light, ay nako, just don't worry about it. Pray for it at pagdasal mo yung nagchichismis sa'yo, lalo na pag alam mo who is the culprit. Why? Because at the end of the day, may pinagdadaanan yan. May journey yan na pinagdadaanan. Maybe meron siyang problema at ang kanyang way out is i-chismis ka or say something bad about you. At tingnan, etong lagi ko sinasabi eh, like kung kaibigan ko would say to me, uy, alam mo ba, sabi ni ganyan, ito, ganyan, ganyan, may mga kwento. I always tell them, alam mo, simple lang naman yun eh. Look at me as a person at look at yung nagchichismis about me and then make your own conclusion. Doon mo na lang mabibase kung sino yung mas credible. At kung sa tingin mo ay totoo yun, there's nothing I could do to change that. Kahit i-justify ko man yung kwento na yan, what good would that do? It's not like ikamamatay ko yan, di ba? Kaya nga kung alam mo yung totoo, if you know the truth, like what the adage says, the truth will set you free. Lagi yan. Ang katotohanan naman talaga ay lalabas at lalabas. It might take some time. It might take, few years, months, or sometimes days. Pero at the end of the day, alam mo ang totoo. And that's what counts. That's what matters most. Okay, merong kwento ito. Merong may sabi ni Alexander, live a life full of humility, gratitude, intellectual curiosity, and never stop learning. Uy, ganda yun Tama naman. Live life full of humility, magpakumbaba. Pag-usapan natin yan before di ba? We said that na be humble. Sabi nga, don't let God humble you. Kasi alam mo, yung isang letter sender natin, yan ang pag-uusapan natin na masyado siyang na-bless financially at naging masyado na siyang mataas until one day parang hinipo siya ng tadhana at nawala sa kanya lahat. Dahil nga naging mataas siya, parang napag-usapan natin yan in one of our letter sender, di ba? Yung parang everything was accorded to him. Parang siya yung magaling, sa kanyang matalino, siya yung kabilib-bilib, parang siya yung king of the world or queen of the world. So, nagkaroon, biniro ng tadhana. So, back to square one siya. So, tama yung sinabi mo, Alexander, full of humility, mapagpakumbaba at pagsasalamat. Alam mo, importante talaga in life na you need to be thankful. We need to be grateful. We need to, sabi nga, di ba, one of the things that I learned dito rin at payo rin ng one of our viewers, when you pray, magpasalamat ka muna, hindi pa nahihiling. And I was guilty of that. I think I shared that with you. Na in the past kasi when I pray, favors agad favors, please do this for me. Sana ibigay sana ganyan. I was reminded or nandito ako natuto sa show natin na sa Dear Kuya Josh na dapat you start your prayer with being thankful, being grateful sa mga blessings na natanggap mo, natatanggap mo, o natanggap mo na, o tatanggapin mo pa. At the same time, I always tell people, the mere fact that you wake up this morning, yung pagising mo pa lang, iyan ay isa ng malaking blessing. Dahil nga, yung iba kasi hindi na nagigising. Diba? Hindi na yung kung ano man yung nagawa nila o ginagawa nila, naputol na yon because hindi na sila nagising this morning. So the mere fact na God woke you up this morning, it is already a blessing in itself. And that alone, yun palang magpasalamat ka na because that is a huge blessing na meron ka pang purpose. Meron ka pang purpose, meron ka pang mission. You have a mission that is being asked for you to do. Kumbaga, may saysay pa yung life mo. And that being said, be thankful, be grateful. Tapos, yun, nasabi rin niya, never stop learning. Yeah, kasi nga yun ang pinaka-constant sa atin Change is the most constant. At saka you never stop learning. Talagang learning is a lifetime process. Sabi nga, the more you learn, the more you realize that the less you know. Diba? Ulitin ko, the more you learn, the more you realize that the less you know. Kasi akala natin minsan, diba, with the bachelors, with the masters, PhD, pero lo and behold, akala natin ang dami na nating alam. But life, in itself, there's lessons to be learned, and we learn every day. We learn through your own experience, through your friends' experience, through things na nangyayari sa iyong buhay. That's learning that gives lesson, not only to you but to people around you, to your family, na pwede mong i-apply. Those are the little things. Okay, paalala lang ng PHLB. As mentioned today, here's the link. Ito po, nilink ni PHLB Radio, ni Johan, yung sa shrine po ni Padre Pio sa San Giovanni Redondo in southern Italy. Ano po, all you have to do is click on that link at voila, makita nyo na po yung show na ginawa namin about that. And I hope ma-bless po kayo, kasi the reason why we did that, aside of course, I am one of the devotee. Reason when we did that po, kasi a lot of times, because of the pandemic, one, they cannot travel. Two, because of yung nagkaroon nga ng problema financial. So not a lot of people would have enough funds to travel outside of the country and to go to places. So with our humble show, at least through our show, at mapanood nyo po yung ginawa naming video, you will be blessed. Kasi nga, sabi nga nila, kahit hindi kayo naandon, at least nakita nyo, parang naandun na rin kayo with us. Okay? No, Dr. ni Alexander, ito medyo mahaba yung sinabi ni Alexander. Okay. Ganda. Pero siya, Alexander, saan mo ito nakuha? Ganda nito When they judge you, yon. When they misunderstand you, smile. When they underestimate you, laugh. When they condemn you, ignore. When they envy you, rejoice. And when they oppose you, prevail. Ang ganda. Ulitin ko when they judge you, kapag ginijudge ka o hinahatulan ka already, kunyari sa iyong ginawa, sa iyong karakter, yon. Ay nako, yon ka lang dyan. When they misunderstand you, kung hindi ka nila naintindihan, smile ka lang. Okay? When they underestimate you, yung hindi ka nila pinagkakatiwalaan o minamaliit ka nila, tawa ka lang. Tapos when they condemn you, yung kumbaga inaakusa ka, ignore mo lang kasi alam mo naman yung totoo At pag kinaiinggitan ka, rejoice. Kasi sabi nila, blessed are those, di ba, nasa 8th Beatitude yun, blessed are those who are being envied, for yours is the kingdom of God. Di ba? Ang ganda. And pag kinakalaban ka, prevail. Meaning, lalo na pag alam mong nasa tama ka, at sabi nga, kung alam mong nasa tama ka, ipaglaban mo. Huwag kang susuko dahil that's make you a well-rounded individual na karapat-dapat. Tuloy tayo naman uli sa ating kaibigan kay Janet. Janet, unang-una, maganda yung shinare mo na talagang, alam mo maganda yan, i-apply ko rin sa sarili ko yan. Kasi di ba pag a lot of times ang dami nating pinagdadaanan, sabi mo nga big or small, itawa lang natin, ngiti lang. Hopefully one of these days so imbita natin yung kumanta ng ngiti, walang iba kundi yung singer na si Ronnie Liang, and I think we'll invite him to be one of our guests sa Alam Mo Ba with Josh Andowit, kasi ang dami rin niyang pwedeng i-share, motivational at inspirational yung buhay niya. Kasi ang dami niyang pinagdaanan at ngayon isa na siyang, not only he's a very good singer, he's also an entrepreneur, he's now a pilot, he's a commercial pilot at tinatapos niya, nakapagpalipad na siya. At I mean, it would be interesting to hear more about his story. So for sure, we'll invite him para siya mismo through the horse's mouth, malaman natin yung kanyang istorya. Okay, now yung kay Janet, maraming salamat talaga sa pag-share mo ng mga ganapan sa buhay mo. At napakalaking bagay yung sinabi mo, yung minsan kasi, di ba, and I'm also guilty of that as well. And na sometimes kasi, di ba, ang hirap talaga magpatawad, especially when somebody hurt you, when somebody talagang niruin o tinapakan ang reputasyon mo, or may ginawa sa yung karumal-dumal, or it's really bad, it's heavy, or what was done to you is unacceptable, especially when you have not done anything wrong. Yet, may ginawa sa'yo. Uh, in the olden days, it is so difficult, di ba? It is so difficult to forgive. And like what we had mentioned in past shows, when you forgive, you're not really doing the other person who hurt you a favor, but you're doing yourself the best gift of peace, meaning you're freeing yourself of the ill feelings. At kung naniniwala ka naman, sinasabi nila na pag daw meron kang hurt feelings o meron kang ill feelings sa puso mo, it make it make it makes it difficult for the Holy Spirit to enter your heart. Kasi nga, kumbaga, yung ill feelings yan, maitim yan eh. It's a dark spot in your heart. Hindi siya makahinga. That is if you are a believer. Pero think about it, yung mga taong nagpatawad nyo o yung mga incident na pinatawad nyo, di ba ang ganda ng feeling na wala ka ng hurt, wala ka ng parang dinadalang baggage sa buhay mo, and it is so iba yun eh, iba yung feeling na ang gaan. It makes your life easier, lighter, na wala ka nang iniisip. At if you have encountered that, you have to believe na you will be blessed more. Kaya nga ang ganda nung sinabi, and I'll share that again, na when you forgive, inano pa niya sa Matthew 18, sabi nga one of the apostles said to the Lord, to Jesus during that time, at ito ay according to Matthew 18:21 to 22. Ang sabi nga, paano ba magpatawad? Ilang beses ka ba dapat magpatawad? How many times, sabi niya, Lord, should a person forgive? Sabi niya, 7 times ba? No, ang sabi ni Lord, 77 times. Imagine mo, ang daming beses yun. Ngayon kay Janet, kahanga-hanga ka, Janet. I'm so happy and impressed na talagang sabi mo nga, ang naging problema ninyong mag-asawa because your husband happened to be an OFW in Australia and nagkaroon ng medyo naligaw ng landas. But although it was so painful, it was so hurtful, it was difficult for you na talagang sabi mo, parang pinapatay ka o pinatay ka. But you managed to forgive him and at the same time give him another chance. So napaka-noble. It is such a noble thing to do. Talagang kumbaga, sabi nga, di ba, yung infidelity kasi sometimes unforgivable yan eh. And sometimes, di ba, pagiging in law, that could even be a ground, one of the grounds for divorce if you're in the US, or annulment. Kasi lalo na kung paulit-ulit ang infidelity. Pero yung ginawa mo, kahanga-hanga talaga kasi you really managed to parang i-forgive, parang to make amends na parang, sige, start kayo all over, give him another chance, at nakahanga-hanga. At salamat sa pag-share mo ng biblical verse na yon kasi tumatak yon hindi lang sa akin, pero alam ko sa lahat ng makakarinig at makakapanood. So it says on the Holy Book, the Holy Bible, na when you forgive, how many times you should forgive? According to Matthew 18, verse 21 to 22, you have to forgive 77 times. Grabe, ang daming beses noon. Di ba? That's really talagang yun, it would be really a test. Kumbaga, it makes you, parang, ang hirap magpatawad ka nga 1 or twice. It was so difficult. Imagine pag 77 times pa, di ba? So, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for, yan ang parang sa akin nag-minister as well, na talagang we need to practice forgiveness. Now, I agree with you, problems is always with us. Yun ang parang if you're into cooking, it's part of the menu. It's part of what you cook. Para siyang yung condiments na nilalagay mo. na sa buhay kasi talaga hindi maiwasan ng problems eh. Whether you're rich, you're poor, laging may problems. Regardless, it is one of those na walang excuse, walang pinipili. Rich or poor, everybody will have that. Yung isang share ko lang sa inyo before we close, yung acronym na problems, di ba? PROBLEMS. Okay? When I attended one of a very good pastor friend of mine, who's happily settled now with his family in Seattle, and that's Charisma Christian Center. But during one of the sessions, that's why medyo na-pull ako to attend yung mga sessions before, and I will share that with you. Ang topic nung day na yon was, and maybe in the future we'll talk about more about that, pero share ko lang yung acronyms. Yung problems daw is P for problems, tapos yung R is resolved, meaning there's a reason for that problem, reason. Tapos yung O is it's a ano na nga ba yung O, there is a parang parang it's ay paano na, BRO. O is it's kumbaga over us, na andyan lang siya. Tapos ang O, tapos BRO, problems. Okay, L is there's a lesson to be learned. Meron daw lesson for every problem. Tapos yung E is everyone. Meaning, hindi lang ikaw ang natatangi, hindi lang ikaw ang may problema. Lahat tayo ay merong, we always encounter problems, whether big or small. So, E na yon, it's everyone, di ba? M, there's a message. Di ba, yung E kanina, everyone. Yung L, there's a lesson for every problem we encounter. M, there's a message. So, your job is to discern. Pag-aralan mo kung ano yung natutunan mo sa problemang ito. Tapos yung S, so PROBLEMS, yung S is solvable. Lahat daw ng problema ay may solusyon, na hindi yun yung alam mo yung dead end, yung you're hitting a wall, hindi raw ganun ang problems. Problems talaga, it's everywhere. There's lesson to be learned. It's for everyone, or everyone is experiencing that. There's a message, at ang magandang promise, it's solvable. So yun ang talagang, yun ang eye-opener sa akin when I attended that, and I became part of that group, kasi talagang nag-minister, kasi parang nga no, totoo yan na we go through life going through problems, at sometimes we thought na these problems na ikaw ang bukod tanging natatangi, and we forget to realize na it's everywhere. And now it's about how you handle this. How do you face these problems? Now, it is important na meron kang gabay, you have a guide. At in my case, aside from friends who I could talk to, friends who I trust, friends na kung ano yung kukwento ko, hindi naman magiging parang topic of the week na pag-chichismisan, di ba? But more of they would empathize with you, they would listen. Kasi sometimes, just the mere fact that somebody listens to your problem, that already is a step to the solution. Kasi maganda talaga may nakikinig. That's why Dear Kuya Josh was created. Kasi sometimes, we are too afraid to tell people our problems. And sometimes, it is easier to talk to strangers. So, nga parang naging popular itong Dear Kuya Josh, kasi nga dahil it is easier na itago yung identity mo, and then you hear different advice, different advice, different opinion, different comments, at saka pananaw, point of views from different people, and sometimes that helps a lot. So, that being said, so maraming salamat sa iyo, Janet, for extending all those lessons in life, and hopefully mayroong mapulot, or people would, kasi ako I did, ang napulot ko rito yung 77 times to forgive a person. Tapos nagustuhan ko rin, nakakataba ng puso yung mga sinabi mo, at talaga yung forgiveness. At maraming salamat talaga sa pagtitiwala sa iyong istorya. At sana, and I wished also na yung mga team replay o yung manonood ay ma-blessed also sa senior sa ating Janet. At again, maraming salamat sa inyo at walang sawang pag-share nitong show natin. At maraming salamat din. I'll take this opportunity to thank those people who watched the show yesterday with our special guest, Winston Damario of Bayani Pay. Panoorin niyo yung show kasi especially for the Filipinos abroad, yung mga OFW sa atin, right now sa California, Hawaii, New Jersey at saka Alaska. Panoorin niyo po yung show. I encounter this service na walang transaction fee to send money to the Philippines. So watch the show from yesterday at yung mga napanood po, maraming salamat. Yung nagsishare po at nanonood pa rin, maraming salamat. Walang humpay na pasasalamat kasi po talaga when we look at the numbers of shares at nakakataba po ng puso na it is a testimony, it is a message to us na nagugustuhan niyo po yung aming mga programa na pinaghihirapan po namin dito sa PHLV Radio. So with that po, and before we close the show, like what I do every time I close the show, I always tell people, regardless how difficult it is, because of what is happening with your lives or what is going on personally with you, be kind. You can never ever go wrong with kindness. And whatever act of kindness that you do to people, it is pretty guaranteed that it will be returned to you in so many ways, so many forms, in different times. Yun po ang panghawakan natin at yun po ang ating paniwalaan. Now, so again, maraming salamat sa inyong suporta, sa inyong pakikinig, panonood, at pag-share nitong show natin. Hanggang sa muli po. Those people, enjoy your weekend, whatever is left of it. And I am hoping and praying that you have a wonderful next week, this coming week, na lahat po tayo ay ma-bless so we could bless others. I hope and I pray that you will be blessed more so you could bless others as well. Hanggang sa muli, looking forward next Friday and next Saturday or next Saturday or next Sunday, depending on where you are in the world and what time zone. Hanggang sa muli po, ito po si Kuya Josh, si Dear Kuya Josh. Maraming salamat po. Hanggang sa muli. God bless us all. Bye-bye po. Good night. Good evening.